Hi Flosstube, this is Stephanie the Ivy House Crafter. Welcome to my channel, thanks for stopping by. I decided not to film outside today because it's been wet and rainy and it's really windy and I didn't want all my projects to get rained on or the wind to mess with the microphone on the camera. So I'm filming inside, but I have my kitchen door cracked open a bit, so when the wind chimes go, they, when they chime, we can hear it. And yeah, we've been having some weather the past couple of days. Last night, it was like really cool. Very, very overcast. At like 10 o'clock at night, it was actually pretty bright outside. Because we're in Salt Lake, and so there's a lot of the, city lights that reflect back up on the clouds, and so it was kind of bright. But then also, nature was putting on a strobe light show. Every few seconds, there was like flashes of lightning that just like lit up the sky. Seriously, every few seconds. It was crazy. Some of them were like really, really big, and some were just little flash, but yeah, every 4 or 5 seconds. It was intense, and it went on and on. It was really cool. They were thankfully far away, and like I could barely hear the thunder on some of them, and others I couldn't hear it at all. But yeah, it was really, really cool. Anyway, I've been pretty busy this week with crafting and stuff. I'm just going to jump straight into whips. I worked on, of course, my Saxon band sampler Sal. For those who don't know, these are 2 band samplers that I designed, and they're available in my Etsy shop. And there is a Sal for one or the other or both, and I'll link the Facebook page below if you're interested in that. We have several people in the Facebook page that aren't even stitching them, they just kind of there to check out other people's progress. It's not like a really active group, but when people do post their progress, it's just really neat to see. So here is my ginormous progress from this week. I put in that right there. Just over 50 stitches if I counted correctly, or if I remember. I know I counted correctly, it's if I remember correctly. But yeah, I only worked on it one night, and I just finished off the thread that was on the needle and went to bed because it was really late, and I was like, I really want to work on it, but I also kind of want to sleep. So so this was the Saxon Transylvania band sampler. And this one is going to be Ye Old band sampler. And yeah, I really, really love this, what this is going to look like and what it's looking like so far. I had a question last week about my my frame, my ghetto scroll frame. This is just 2 30-inch pieces of PVC pipe, and what are these called? The end bars? I don't know. It's a couple pieces of foam core duct taped together and holes cut out. So it was really inexpensive and pretty easy. I will link below the tutorial that I loosely followed to make this, in case anybody is interested. I enjoy it. It doesn't get super tight tension, but I am alright with that. I generally stitch in hand, and so it doesn't bother me. Let's see, what else did I work on? I did... got stuff all over the table in front of me. I worked on Bird Sampler, and this is a beautiful sampler from the book Traditional Samplers by Brenda Keyes. I worked on this I went to a sit and stitch in Oren. Oren is my nephew. Orem. Or was it Ogden? Holy cow. It was a city in Utah that starts with O, and I drove 40 minutes to get to the library there so that I could sit and stitch with some other ladies, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. There we go. Let's see, last time I showed this I had the main, well, the little center motif of the birds on the potted plant, and this week I have worked on the border and got a lot of work done. So this is what I worked on for the sit and stitch in either Ogden or Orem, and it's going to bug me that I don't remember where I went. But anyway, so I put in the green vines and I started working on the flowers. There's going to be some birds in here. There's one there and there and there, and more flowers and a whole bunch of leaves just like these. And it's going to be beautiful and I love it. So that is Birds Sampler by Brenda Keys. And I keep that one in my bird project bag with the little owl charm. Anyway, I worked on, let's see, this is another one of my designs. Shoot, I didn't grab the papers to show what my Saxon band samplers will look like. Yeah, whatever. This is Medieval Motives, and previously I had this and this and this done, and I started working on, I don't remember if it was this one or this one, but it's one of these corner pieces there. It's this one. So that was fun to work on. I really like these like medieval Saxon, very kind of geometric and old world feel pieces. They're fun to work on. I like them a lot. So this is Medieval Motives. Put that back in my bag. I like to put things away as I finish showing them. I haven't always, but it's just so much easier to clean up afterward. I have it in this bag. Very pretty. And this one has a squirrel charm, and it's really cute. Somebody commented last week that they were happy that I had worked on my dolphin sketch piece, because that's one of their favorites. And I was like, holy cow, that's one of my favorites too, and now I really want to work on it. This is a drawing that I did in high school that I uploaded to Pick-to-Pat and turned into a full coverage pattern. So yesterday I worked on it. I'm working on the second page. Technically it's page 5 because it goes, excuse me, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is page 1, this is page 5. And I worked on this color here. Last time I showed it, I only had it up to about here. And then yesterday, I got this out and I worked on it, and I brought the color all the way over here, finished it off in this big band, and I put in the few stitches of it in here, and so I've completed DMC 644, I think was that one. Audrey, you can come around this way.
I'm just gonna watch while you do it until you call me to come over.
Yeah, go ahead and come over so you can show yours.
Actually, I'm gonna wait till you're done with
let me finish this one up.
Those ones.
This is Dolphin Sketch. I think I'm somewhere between 1/4 and 1/3 of the way done with page 5. Love this every time I get it out. I'm enjoying the great big blocks of color because confetti is hard. But I also love the effect that the confetti gives when I do finish stitching a confetti portion. So anyway, that's all my cross stitch whips. So Audrey, come on over here.
I think I need to be a bit.
You need to be a bit higher. Ugh, there we go.
Wait, I gotta get this one.
Audrey worked on her flower power pattern. Hey Philip.
Hi. Philip is
I
a
guess-
cameraman.
I guess
Yeah.
I got my kids with me today. Don't touch it, please. Just let.
Okay.
Is Audrey in the picture okay?
Yep.
All right.
But I can't. Well, yeah, it's good.
Okay. So that's Audrey's progress.
Little cameraman and woman.
Actually, I know that it's set up okay, so now that you've showed your piece, do you guys want to go back downstairs and play?
Sure. Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for dropping by.
We were doing a show thing. I'm still making the scripts. Yeah. I made the first script.
All right, I'm going to go back to filming, okay?
Okay.
All right. See you guys later. All right, downstairs. I did some tatting this week. That's, you know, with the tatting shuttles and making lace and stuff. I was originally planning on making, oh, there go the chimes, making a kind of long piece of lace. I had something in mind for it, but I realized that I am not yet at the point in tatting where I can just whip out several inches of lace in a day, especially when the thread is really thin. So I stopped on that and I crocheted a little bit of, anyway, I'll show that a little bit later. But here's the progress that I made on my lace. This is DMC number 12 Pearl Cotton in Ecru. And I got my soft pink shuttle, and that little bit of lace is what I made. I'm hoping that it focuses. Just this very, very small, this is the smallest fabric or thread that I've worked on with tatting, and it's very, very delicate work. But so I don't know what that's going to be, because it's not going to be what I originally intended it to be, but it's very pretty. All right, let's see. Trying to decide what order to do things. I think I'm going to move on to my thrift store haul. I needed to do some sewing, and I have been getting really tired of sitting on the floor with the sewing machine sitting on the floor in front of me, hunched over, folded in half, trying to sew because I don't have a place to put my sewing machine. Yes, that is how I've been sewing for a while. So I went and bought a folding desk, and it stores flat, and then I can just unfold it and put my sewing machine on it and sit in a chair to do my sewing. Yeah, it's great. Welcome to adulthood, Stephanie. We sew sitting on chairs. But so while I was out, I had originally thought I was gonna maybe find something at the thrift store. There were a lot of tables, but none of them really suited me. So, but I checked out some other areas of the thrift store and collected a few goodies. Move stuff out of the way. This was the first thing I found. It's a tiny little tabletop scroll frame, and it came with this bit of just barely started embroidery. Like there's like 2 stitches right there, and it's still got the embroidery floss stuck on it. This is old and stained and grungy, and I don't think I'm going to keep this part, but the frame is really good. Like, it gets pretty decent tension, and I could probably get it even more tense, you know, stronger tension if I needed to, but like I said, with the band sampler, I don't mind not having drum tight tension. What I was thinking would be cool with this is use it to stitch a piece and then have this be the permanent display for that piece. Although it depends on how much I enjoy using this. If I really, really love using it, then, you know, I'll keep using it as a little scroll frame, but yeah, I think what I want to do is just use it to stitch something and then to display whatever it is, because this is just so cute. And it just sits on the table and you stitch, or maybe you hold it. It might be a handheld. I don't know. Does anybody know exactly how you're supposed to use this? Let me know. But I was so excited to find that. In the basket section, I found this. Just a couple dollars. I'm thinking of it as kind of a basket version of like a dough bowl, and I can put smalls in it. So now I need to work on stitching up some smalls to display in this and figure out a place to put it, like maybe on my piano or something. I have to clear off the top of my piano because it's kind of a junk holder right now, I'm sad to say, but I think it would be great for holding smalls in a basket. And then I was really excited about this last one. Look at this. This is galvanized, or you know, whatever it is. It's metal and it is magnetic. So here's a couple needle minders that I have, and which means I'll be able to use this to finish things in a Priscilla-fied manner. Anyone familiar with Priscilla from The Real Housewives of Cross Stitch? She likes to use sticky board and then put magnets on the back of her pieces and then just stick them on something metal. And this will be great for that, because then you can switch things out. So I have to find something to stitch that will fit perfectly on this. Yeah, I was happy about that. Another piece of haul. Yeah, I've moved on to haul in case we haven't made that clear. I decided to give Q-snaps a try. Like I said before, I do generally stitch in hand, but I was curious. I wanted to see how I felt about Q-snaps. And so I used this one this week to work on, this is the 8-inch, I used it to work on medieval motifs, and I loved it. And I used this one, 11-inch, to work on dolphin sketch, and I loved it. So I think I'm kind of in love with my Q-snaps now, and that I've used them like 2 times. Obviously I have cut out some bits of felt to use between the clamp and my fabric to protect stitches and fabric and all that, and that worked really nicely. And obviously I'm going to be making grind guards, because why not? I like to sew, and I can sew sitting on a chair in front of a desk. Yeah. So I'm going to be making some grind guards for these two, and that's happy and exciting. Okay, I'm going to talk about the sit and stitch. It was a lot of fun. We sat in a classroom in the library. When I first got there, it was just me and one other lady, Andrea. Hi. And really hope I got your name right, because that would be really awkward if I didn't and I'm just like, hi, person that I met and talked with and got your name wrong. And then after we had been there for a while, a woman and her mother came in and also stitched with us. So hi Sarah and your mom. Again, I hope I got your name right. And yeah, it was just really neat. Sarah brought a Nora Corbett piece that she had finished. It was one of the little pixie witch things, and there was like a black cat, and it's the first Nora Corbett I've ever seen in person, and it was really, really cool. And yeah, it was just, I love getting together with other stitchers, other crafters, other like-minded people. It's just a lot of fun. I am very, very introverted. I don't like get out a lot. I don't like go out partying and stuff, but when I have a chance to sit and chat with other people, which often translates to them chatting and me listening, but still, I enjoy it. So while I was there, Andrea, I'm just going to keep using that name, and please forgive me if that's wrong. She mentioned that the shepherd's bush was just down the street. Ogden. It's Ogden, yes. So, not Orem, Ogden. So I told her, you know, you really shouldn't have said that because now I have to go. And she's like, you're welcome for being an enabler. So, as soon as I left the sit and stitch, I headed down the street to the shepherd's bush. And I got some stuff. Look, I have a shepherd's bush bag. She tied a bow on it and everything, and I'm going to untie it now so that I can get my stuff out. This was the very first time I have ever been to a real needlework shop. Yeah. It was incredible. Like, holy cow. It's probably a good thing that it's like a 40-minute drive instead of like a 10-minute drive or something, because I would be going there a lot and spending all the money. As it is, I reined myself in and only got a few things, but I got some fabric. This, I didn't even take it out of the bag. I'm gonna do that because why not? I want to see what I got. It's like opening a birthday present, except I already know what it is. So this is 28 count Jobelin in the color Watercress. Ooh, that's pretty. Don't know how much you can see of it. Very pretty. Oh, I love that. I like it. So that I don't have anything particular in mind for. I just bought it because it was pretty and I like 28 count Jobelin. So that is my Jobelin. This one is natural linen, 36 count. And this one I bought for to use in one of the Cottage Garden Samplings Songbirds Garden series. I don't know exactly which one I'm going to use it for, but I thought that it would be really nice for that. And so this is just, you know, like I said, just a natural linen. Very pretty. Little bitty slubs, which is, I think, part of the charm of using linen. Yeah. So that was my fabric from Shepherd's Bush. I'm not putting that there, I'm putting it in here. I have been trying not to get into silk because I don't want to spend all my money on silks, and I feel like that's like a rabbit hole that once you go down you might not ever come back. But I went down it anyway. I got 2 skeins of Karen water lilies. I got a red and a green. These I'm going to use for my Saxon band samplers. So the red is going to be part of Ye Old Band Sampler, and it is bittersweet. So Karen water lilies bittersweet. Very pretty, very soft. It's got something on it. It's kind of pinkish red, and it's got some like orange red in there. Very pretty. And this one will be for Saxon Transylvania Band Sampler. The color is Emerald. And just some little bit of variegation, like going between blue-green and yellow-green. So that one is very pretty too. And she had a little, like a little basket full of those little bitty travel scissors. She put it in this cute bag. I know people have seen these before. They're just the little tiny scissors, and you pull this off, and they are very tiny and very sharp and perfect for travel. And so I got one of these for myself. I might share it with Audrey because she loves pink and she loves things that are small and cute. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, that is part of my shepherd's bush haul. And let's see. Another part, I did get some fabric. It was an offcut, just like a cute little bit. And that I sent off with my Biscornu for the Great Biscornu Swap. And actually, she has received her package, so I'm going to put in a little bit of video that I filmed before I sent that off about the Biscornu that I made for her. And so that's going to go right here. So, surprise! The tiny Quaker is actually a tiny Biscornu. Look at how little it is. So I made this for my Great Biscornu Swap partner, and I turned it into a scissor fob. It's a little bit wonky because, as I have mentioned, the fabric was the fabric was not exactly even. And so it's longer than it is wide, and the same on the other side. I kept the back very simple because the front took such a long time. But then just put these cute little hearts. Let's see. And I have my, okay, it's not going to focus, but I have my little guy in the background here. See, that's his foot. And I crocheted this little bit of, I don't know what you want to call it. It's a bookmark pattern, but yes, there's your foot. Oh my goodness, that's a great foot. He's very excited about his foot. Anyway, so that is the Biscornu that I made using my tiny Quaker, and this is the crocheted connection to the scissors, and it's just very, very cute. It's so tiny. It fits in the palm of my hand, and it's just really cute. So yes, you are just so excited that Mommy has the camera out, huh? Okay, back to the regular Flosstube. So surprise! The tiny Quaker was the Biscornu, and the crocheted fob bit that I showed, that was the crocheting that I was originally going to tat that into a loop to connect the scornu to the scissors, but tatting with such tiny thread is so, it's very pretty, but it's very time consuming, so I just whipped that, you know, I just did the crocheting instead, and I love how it turned out. Anyway, so part of the shepherd's bush haul went to my Biscornu swap partner. Let's see. And the other part I'm going to show right now. Those who watched my last video know that I was celebrating reaching and exceeding 300 subscribers. And like this week, I've continued to get subscriber after subscriber, and I'm like, whoa, this is so awesome! I know that part of that is because I had a whip parade that was featured in Jessie Marie Does Stuff, her whip parade playlist, so thank you Jessie Marie for featuring my video in that, and for all my new subscribers who came over from seeing me there. And another group of subscribers were sent over from Tranquil Stitches, who gave me a beautiful shout out a few days ago. Like, I was watching her video and just like, she's saying such nice things about me. It was like so cool. So if you're not watching Tranquil Stitches, go and watch her. She's a sweetheart, and she does beautiful work. She does some hot run hollow pieces that she's working on, and I really want to do some hot run hollow now, but I'm trying not to because I've already got lots of whips, and yeah. But yeah, go check out Tranquil Stitches. Anyway, back to my last video. I was celebrating a whole bunch of subscribers by giving away some project bags. 300 subscribers, 3 project bags, and a few goodies inside the project bags too. So I'm going to show the completed bags now and announce who won them. First is the barnyard bag. Super cute, and it's got this cute birdhouse charm. If I had a rooster charm or a cow charm, that would have been awesome, but this is what I had, and I love it. This trim, I couldn't find my collection of lace trims. I have misplaced it, I am disorganized, I own it, that's just, it is what it is. And I didn't want to go buy more, so I crocheted the trim for all of these bags, specifically for the bags, and it was a lot of fun, and I think they turned out beautifully. So yes, I hand crocheted the trim. Inside the bag is this star fabric. It will come with this adorable Ort pouch with a cow, and the inside is the star fabric as well. And I'm also including some of my shepherd's bush haul, cute little pink scissors, and Gentle Art weathered barn to go with the barnyard theme. So the barnyard bag, I wrote out to everybody who asked for the barnyard bag and did random number generator. And the winner of the barnyard bag is Cheryl Brumbaugh. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I have commented on Cheryl's comment on my last video, and so Cheryl, if you could get me your address, then I will get this sent out to you. Congratulations. The next bag is the deer bag. This one is so sweet. I love how it turned out. So, by the way, these bags and pouches are pretty much the reason that I was so busy this week. I was sewing. This is also the reason that I bought that folding desk, because I did not want to sit on the floor, hunched over, folded in half, trying to sew on the floor all of these bags, because that gets kind of tiring and painful. So yay for folding desks. Again, hand crocheted trim. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. And inside this bag is this pretty green, sort of a vintage feel fabric. Here's the pouch that goes with it. It matches the accent fabric, and then the inside is the same as the lining on the bag. And the shepherd's bush haul for this bag is a green pair of tiny scissors, green because it's a forest, and Weeks Dye Works fawn to go with the deer theme. Alright, the deer bag was won by Christy Smolkovich. And Christy, I have your address because I sent you a Biscornu a while back, because she's part of the Great Biscornu Swap as well. So that bag will be going to Christy. And lastly, there was the bird bag. This one is bright and colorful and pretty. Hand crocheted trim. This was fun to crochet, because you do the chains and then you go down one side and then back around the other side and then around again and again, so it's like worked in rounds. But so that one was fun to make. I didn't show the charm. Hang on, let me show the charm for this one. It's a hummingbird. It's tiny, it's cute. And before I show what's in there, the charm for the deer bag is a pine cone. So that's fun. Okay, inside the bird bag, there is, first off, it's lined with this fabric, and the pouch is made of that fabric with a secret bird on the inside. How cute is that? So that's the orc pouch. And just a minute. It's Flosstube, you gotta drop something, right? Okay. So comes with a yellow pair of scissors. As my kids pointed out, birds have yellow beaks sometimes, so yellow. And then Jaybird from Weeks Dye Works to go with the bird theme. And the winner of the bird bag was none other than my friend Jennifer Upton. So that was really fun. I was excited that you get this bag. And I obviously already have your address, Jennifer. So I will be sending this bag out to you. So congratulations to the winners of the bags. I'm already like almost at I'm closer to 400 subscribers now than 300. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a 400 subscriber giveaway. When I reach that, we'll see. It has been a lot of fun putting together these giveaway prizes, though. It's fun doing giveaways. It really is. Anyway, let me look over my list, make sure I got everything. Yes, I have covered everything. Thank you for dropping by, for visiting, hanging out. Hopefully next week I'll be able to film outside again, because that's a lot of fun. But I'm glad that the wind has given us lots of wind chime sounds today. And I'll see you next week. And until then, happy stitching, everybody. Bye.